In March 1999, a group of Oxfam supporters came to Tanzania as part of a self-funded trip to visit poverty alleviation projects. Now, during the rainy season of 2002, 4 of them are back to see exactly how the money that they have donated has been used.
My name is Alistair Gunn. I'm a donor to Oxfam.
My name is Gillian. I'm married to Alistair.
My name is Simon Laffin.
I'm Diana. I'm Simon's wife. It's great to be here. Your singing was fantastic.
The Rice women live in Shinyanga, a remote mining town a day's drive south of Lake Victoria. They work at a commercial grinding mill in order to earn the right to scavenge the broken rice to make a type of low-grade porridge, a common subsistence food in this extremely poor area. The work is physically hard, and there are associated health problems such as chest pains, breathing difficulties, and eye problems.
Yes, we came to see these people 3 years ago, and I asked the leader of the group, has anything changed in the last 3 years? And the Tanzanian Fund has given soft loans to these people, in other words, loans that have to be repaid. And she was saying that since she'd had the loans, they'd expanded the business. And she said to me, look around, the people are more cheerful, they're wearing better clothes. Can't you see things have changed for the better?
The money that we had been able to help them with seems to have given them a slightly better standard of living. Some of them were able to buy in fruit and veg to sell on. Some of them were actually making meals for other people, and then they were actually making food to sell at the bus stop for people travelling and also to the local people. They're still sadly having to sift the rice, which is so bad for their health, and ideally it would be nice if they could stop doing that and have enough money to be able to get more training and expand in their little projects, really. These women looked so downtrodden when we were here 3 years ago. Most of them are widows and single mothers, and they obviously just had no money. And they just look so much more optimistic this time.
Bariadi is even more remote than Shinyanga. We drive on dirt roads for hours through a landscape green from recent rain to get to these projects. One of the biggest problems facing people in these rural areas is the communications.
Travelling 4 hours on a bumpy road is no joy, but we understand the problems that the Tanzanian people go through, and that the aid workers have, the problems that they have in carrying out their work and their duties.
Areas that are not served by tarmac roads, electricity or water supplies are not attractive to outside investors. With a lack of available employment, it is up to individuals to start up their own businesses to bring wealth into the area. That is where one of Oxfam's local partners, YADEC, the Youth Advisory and Development Council, help out, providing training, soft loans and support to help people get started in small cottage industries. Improving rural conditions has numerous benefits, as Mr. Bitegeko, YADEC's coordinator, explains.
Because of the infrastructure at the rural areas, youth tend to come into urban areas, think they'll get better opportunities, think they'll get jobs, but they find themselves not getting jobs, find themselves lacking food. Instead, they fall victims of their circumstances. Then they become drug addicts, they become banderists, they fall into problem prostitution, and then with this problem of HIV/AIDS. So I think it's better to improve the rural area structure so that the youth within the rural areas, they stay there, but they get their basic needs as if they were in urban areas.
YADEC has been supported by the Tanzania Fund, and we visit a variety of income-generating projects directly funded by them, including the village where we are welcomed by the self-named Black Germans. They have choreographed a dance for the occasion. The groups gathered here today have traveled from the surrounding countryside for our convenience.
It's actually a bit like a business trip back home, Because what we're doing here is we're having a look to see the projects that have a commercial sustainability about them. In other words, they've got to be the right sort of projects, they've got to have the right training, they've got to have the right resources and the right commercial proposition that will enable them to buy and sell. It's not a case of going and looking to see the people with the most need.
It is the well-planned project that the Tanzania Fund is interested in, if they are to invest in sustainable futures for Tanzania. Andrea Sai has used her soft loan to buy an oxen plough. She doesn't own the oxen, but she lent it to her neighbours, who in return lent her their oxen to use in her field.
You can see the self-respect of these people because they haven't had a handout. They've actually been lent money and they've used that money, and then to actually get to a position of repaying it is a huge achievement. It then gives them the confidence and the right to say, now can I have a bigger loan and we can expand further. When you talk to the groups, all of them say, you say, what do you want to do next? They say, well, we want to get bigger. We want to expand. We want another loan, and then we will buy another machine, we'll bring more people, we will have more groups. So that's exactly what we potentially create is sustainable development.
Not being a businessman, it's very difficult for me to assess Oxfam's way of carrying out their work. But I've learned that they work with partners. They're not just a donation charity, but they involve the local community in their work. This has been new to me because I knew nothing about how Oxfam worked before. But I've been very impressed with the quality of personnel they work with, and with the NGOs that they work with. The quality of personnel, they are very good. And the Tanzanian people, and they're very impressive.
It was very good, really, and very encouraging. You know, we appreciate very much of what they have been doing for the last 3 years, because they have been supporting the livelihood and also supporting Shinyanga education program. So it was a big encouragement on our side when we see those colleagues in development coming to see what they are supporting.
Of course, within the African culture, when somebody is coming to visit you, you have to look smart and you have to be prepared to meet the guests. And of course, they are smart always, but when coming to see you, of course, they wanted to impress you, being seen more smart. And you see, if you are still remember the song they were singing, they were praising the donors, they were commenting on the aids being given by the donors. So I think they were much impressed, as you saw yourself. And I think they said, please come back again, don't take a long time. They told you to come within a year, not to take 3 years as you used to do.
These 2 trips have been 2 of the most worthwhile trips of my entire life. It's not just about donation of money, it's about building bridges between the third world and the Western world. I think this venture is one of the things that is very helpful towards that aim.
Again.